Join me as I dive into India's biggest election reform and see if I can break down what it really means for the future of democracy. Election reform is a topic that's been on everyone's mind in India for quite some time, and for good reason. The way we elect our leaders has a direct impact on the democratic process, and we all know how crucial it is to get it right. Corruption has been a persistent problem in India's election system, with cases of vote buying, fake voter IDs, and manipulation of electoral rolls. This not only undermines the credibility of the election process, but also silences the voices of genuine voters. Another major challenge is voter disenfranchisement. Millions of Indians are still unable to exercise their right to vote due to various reasons such as lack of access to voter registration, inadequate voter education, and inefficient voter verification processes. Furthermore, the lack of transparency in the election system is alarming. From opaque campaign financing to unaccountable election officials, there are numerous loopholes that can be exploited to influence the outcome of elections. This erodes trust in the system and discourages people from participating in the democratic process. In addition to these issues, the current election system is also plagued by inefficiencies, including delayed results, manual counting errors, and lack of real-time monitoring. All these problems cumulatively lead to a lack of faith in the system, which can have far-reaching consequences for Indian democracy. The proposed reforms aim to tackle these challenges head-on by introducing new technologies, processes, and policies. One of the most significant changes is the proposed use of blockchain technology to ensure the integrity of electronic voting systems. Another key reform is the introduction of voter-verified paper audit trails, which will provide an additional layer of security and transparency to the voting process. This will enable voters to verify that their votes have been recorded correctly and also facilitate post-election audits. The reforms also propose to revamp the voter registration process, making it easier for citizens to enroll and exercise their right to vote. This includes the use of online registration platforms, door-to-door verification drives, and increased awareness campaigns. Perhaps the most critical aspect of the reforms is the emphasis on transparency in campaign financing. The proposed laws aim to regulate political funding, making it more accountable and transparent, thereby reducing the influence of money power in elections. But the most significant change proposed in these reforms is the introduction of proportional representation. This system would allow for a more nuanced representation of the diverse voices in the country, moving away from the traditional first-past-the-post system. This could potentially lead to a more inclusive and representative government, where smaller parties and independent candidates have a fair chance of getting elected. The implications of this change are enormous, and it could reshape the future of Indian elections. Key provisions of Constitution 129th Amendment. Bill 2024 are insertion of new Article 82, A. Amendment to Article 83, Amendment of Article 172, Amendment of Article 327. About simultaneous elections. One nation, one election, or simultaneous election refers to conducting general elections for the House of the People and all legislative assemblies together. Key points include voting for all elections doesn't have to occur on the same day. India previously held simultaneous elections for Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabhas in 1951 to 52, 1957, 1962, and 1967. This cycle was interrupted by the premature dissolution of state assemblies in 1968 to 69 and Lok Sabha in 1968-1970, bodies that recommended simultaneous election. In conclusion, the proposed election reforms have the potential to transform the democratic process in India by addressing the current challenges and introducing new technologies and processes. These reforms can increase transparency, accountability, and inclusivity in our elections. So, what do you think about these proposed reforms? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's continue the conversation. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on polity and governance.